Hey crafty friends, this is Nye with All Things Were Created. Today we are going to assemble our total solar eclipse layered paper craft. I have all of my pieces, they are cut out and they are lined up and they're ready for gluing. I have my art glitter glue that I will be using for gluing. I also have some foam dots here that I will be using on a couple of these layers, my tweezers and my weeding tool, and just a little piece of a paper towel here in case I make a mess with my glue. So with that, let's get started. So as you can see, I have all of my pieces. They are cut out and they are stacked and lined up in the correct order that I want to glue them. I did two of my layers here in glitter cardstock. I did the moon in glitter and I also did the word solar in glitter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my foam dots behind those layers to kind of give my craft here a little bit of a pop and a little bit of dimension with it, especially with the moon, because as we know with the eclipse, the moon is going to kind of come in front of the sun. And so I just thought that would be fun to add the foam dots there. So with that, I'm going to get started gluing here. As you can see, I have a couple of the pieces here. I'm going to try and move. Do you know what? Before I do that, my tiny eye right here is the smallest piece. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this one down right away so I don't lose it here on my table. And I think I'm also going to do that here with a couple of my words. So I'm going to pick this one up and hold it with my tweezers. So that way I don't get the glue on my fingers too much here. And all I'm doing is I'm going in here and I'm adding the glue behind the letters. So that way when I go to put it down, I don't really have any issues here. So I'm going to do that one there, and then I'm just going to kind of come in and place it down right about there. Okay. Oh, my L is a little bit off. Whoops. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing here with my letters. So this is just a fun little project. It was kind of a last minute one I thought to do just in celebration for it. I'm going to be taking my kids out of school a little bit early so we can watch it. Not that we're really going to see anything because we're not in the path, but it would just be something fun to do. So as you can see, I'm just taking my glue and I'm adding a little bit here behind the layers. I probably should be using my tweezers, but I know I'm just so much faster with my fingers here. So that takes care of that one. And then this is my last one. And then I do have my numbers that I'm going to do. And this is a fun project too, because if we ever get another one, or I should say when we get another one, you could probably just change out the years right here and you can make them your own. I'm going to use my tweezers here for this one, only because this one's a little bit smaller. So there we go. I'm just going to press it down. And remember, when you're gluing here, you have about 5 seconds before the glue really adheres to the paper and you can't move your piece around anymore. So don't worry about having to rush there because you've got a little bit of time. And again, too, if you have any seepage of your glue, that's okay, because I have a bit right there. I used a little too much. If you have any seepage there, don't worry about it, because if you're using the art glitter glue like I am, it's going to dry clear and you won't have any problems. All right. Okay, so that takes care of my words. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to use my paper towel just to grab some of the glue that seeped out. And that's good. And so I have the letters. So you know what? I'm going to do the letters too. So let me just move those off a bit here. And I'm only going to use 2 for each letter. And the foam dots are really great because one side is already missing this sticky layer, but then the other side has it. And so you just have to get that sticky top layer off and then you're good to go. So, ooh, I already love how it's starting to look already. It's fun. Okay. So again, I'm just taking off this top layer here, and it does go kind of quick. And then you just press it down in the spot where you want it to go. Now for the L. And I'm just going to add it one there, and then again one to the top. Then I'm going to take this one off and then just press it down. And I'm going to do the same thing for the A, although for this one I think I'm going to add 3 because of the 2 sides of the A here. And so I thought too that this would be a really fun one. If you have like an ombre or a fire cardstock sheet that looks like fire, or just an ombre orange or an ombre yellow, that would look really great too for this solar one. You can really have fun with some of the specialty cardstock that's out there. And I think for the R, I'm going to use 4 here because that one's kind of bigger. And okay. So this is the last 2 here. And now the last one. Whoops. Okay, and so this takes care of this top layer, and you can already see that it really looks fun there like that. Okay, so now we're going to do the suns. Let's do, it's stuck on the paper. Okay, so I'm just gonna add the glue to the back of my sun here. And you do wanna make sure that you're getting it lined up with the rays. And so I'm just going to do that there. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the back. And then press it down. And then I'm going to do it here for this side. And the great part too about the sun layer is with the words, these 2 at the end, they are going to help you line up the word layer. Okay, so there's that one. And I'm going to add just a bit of glue here to the back. If you decided to size yours down too, you may find that it might be hard for you to cut, especially this layer, especially with the sun and the words, only because the connecting part is a little bit thin. So you may have run into some difficulty if you sized it down much smaller. But if you didn't, this was a great size, I thought. I think it's about, hold on. I just want to make sure I'm getting this in the right spot. I'm going to use my fingers here just to really kind of line up the suns and make sure that they're there. Okay, so that it's more centered and everything. And I'm going to add my words too. So with this one, I'm just going to be really careful when I go to press it down because I don't want to smush the solar words that I just added that 3D effect to. And I'm going to hold it with both fingers there and just really give it a moment to line it up and get it in that right position. And there we go. I'm going to use my tweezers to kind of come in and push the blue down behind my letters. Okay, and now for my moon, this one's really easy. I don't need to worry about adding it to the back because it's really just kind of gonna go right in the center here, and I can already see my dots with the circle and the outline of the sun and the moon. And so I can just add my dots there like I did, and I can come in and just peel off the top part of the foam dot. And now I can just add the moon right on top. And this one would be really great too. If you had gray glitter, that would have turned out really awesome as well. I only have black, and so that's what I use. But if you have gray, that would be really cool. And so just kind of give everything a press down to make sure it's secure. And that's it for this project. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, enjoy, and happy crafting.